Oh man, what a day. Work on the shop a little bit. Got our doors pretty much totally done. Got us a little makeshift ramp here to get in and all that business. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I'm trying to get inside out of the light. And the neighbor's dog barking. Today's a little bit different. Today is going to be, should you buy a cheap BMW? Now, there's some pretty tempting BMWs out there. I seen one this morning. Had to restrain myself. When I'm talking cheap, I mean less than $1,000. You could buy an E60 for less than $1,000. You could buy an E90 for less than $1,000. Should you? Well, I don't know. That depends. Now, this morning I found a 2008, just like my old E60, 535i with 202,000 miles on it for $500. And I'm looking at it, and you have to weigh out your options. And every one of you guys watching this video has been here on Craigslist. Now Facebook's taking over Craigslist. Facebook's the main hub for buying cars, marketplace. And you see it, you're like, I have $500. I'm gonna go buy this. Okay, so we'll stop you right there. Before you do that, you have to ask yourself, do you have a way to get the car to your house? Most of you don't. Do you have a car hauler? Are you gonna call a tow truck? Hard telling how much that'll cost. Most people have to do that though. If you live, especially live in the city, there's nowhere to park a trailer like I have. You can't park that anywhere in the city. You can only own that if you don't live in the city. So you have to call a tow truck. You have to know somebody with a car dolly. BMWs and car dollies don't usually go along together, especially all-wheel drive ones. I didn't buy this car, and I had to restrain myself because something was going on with the transmission. And I thought, at this current position in time, this exact moment in time, do I really want to pull the transmission out? Not freaking really, especially not in an all-wheel drive car. Could I? Yes, I could. ZF 6H P19 is not going to be cheap in the all-wheel drive formation either. Let me remind you, a car with that many miles is about a $3,000 car, if everything's good. Maybe $4,000 if you're lucky. So a new transmission, you're probably gonna have to give $700 to $1,000 for that for a used one, right? If you can't fix it. Small chance I could fix it, but you can't rely on that. Second thing is, on that car, the turbos. Are the turbos functioning properly at 202,000 miles? No, they're not. They're not. They're not at all. Next thing is injectors. And this isn't only for 535, this goes for any BMW. Electric water pump, that's all the models. You know, my cost is with thermostat and that and the connecting hoses about $300. Okay, so if you need a water pump, you're gonna have to have turbos. Turbos are probably over $1,000. And the transmission, now you're gonna have more of what the car is worth in it. And went through this with this E39, which I need to get these tie rods sorted out in this thing too. I keep on forgetting to order that. I bought this car for $600. It's a good, clean car for $600, but it had so many damn problems, and it looked good from the outside, but somebody didn't do the maintenance on it. So we had to put all the odds and ends on it, and it racks up money quicker than what you think. I probably have, I don't know, I have to go figure it up with the rack and pin and everything. I probably have $1,500 in that car, I think. Right around $1,500. What's that car worth? Man, I don't know. To one of the viewers, probably a lot more than somebody on Facebook. If you can see everything I did to it in the videos, it's worth more, right? You know what's been done to it. On Facebook Marketplace, that car is probably worth $2,500 with 150,000 miles on it. It's a 525. It's not as desirable as a 530. The wheels are ugly as sin on it. I can't put wheels on it. Wheels and tires are probably $1,000. There's going to be $1,000 more in it. Am I going to get that out of it? No, I'm not. So I can't do that, even though it would help it sell. And you have to weigh out the options. Now, don't always watch what I do, because I could come out ahead on that no matter what, right? I've already made money on the videos. I'm doing that car. But still, it's the factor. You don't want to go buy something you're gonna lose money on. Even if I get revenue through YouTube, it's just not a good practice to buy something you're gonna lose money on. And a 5355 with 202,000 miles, I don't know anybody that would buy that. Everybody's gonna be scared to death of that like the plague. They're more scared of that than they will the V8, the N62, the 550. And, you know, if the car had 150,000 miles on it, I would go buy it. It's already gone, just checked, somebody's already bought it. Every day I see stuff on there. And you're just caught between this, what should you do, what shouldn't you do? You know how it is, you can't put the Chinese parts, most parts you cannot use Chinese parts on it or you have to change it again, right? We just got the valve cover in for my E90, the blue E90. And I got the same one I put on the E60. It's a great valve cover. It wasn't a factory valve cover. I bought the exact same ad, the same brand, the same seller that I bought the other one, that worked. So you have that. It's just too much. Most of these cars, I'm not gonna say most of them. Some of these cars require too much money to be invested to ever make a profit on them or even break even. Some of you guys just wanna fix it and break even on it, right? Now to fix it and sell it, fix it and keep it and drive it, I mean, not fix it and sell it. To fix it and keep it, you have to really want the model you're gonna get, right? If it's something like a 530 or M3 or something that has some substance to it, you could get it, spend more than what it's worth on it just to drive it. The issue is, by watching me, like I said, don't always watch me. You drive the car for a while, ready for something else, you want to sell it, but you're way too much money in it. Way too much money. And on the E60, I sold it for about $3,000 less than I had in it. Does it really matter for my situation? No, it does not. It doesn't really matter, to be totally honest with you. Will it matter for anybody else's situation? Yes, it will. It absolutely will. You can't be throwing money away like that. You know, there again, I made good revenue on that car from YouTube videos. I did a bunch of videos on it. The guy I sold it to is super happy with it. And, you know, there is that. So he saw the value in that car versus buying one he didn't know off Craigslist or Facebook. And you know it's going to be a nuisance. You know, I've already solved out all the issues on mine. So it was a great car. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. That's pretty much it. I mean, watch what you're doing when you buy stuff. It doesn't matter if it's BMW or Toyota or Honda or whatever it is. Be aware of how much a parts cost. You always have to expect the worst case scenario, because if you don't, if you say, oh, I can fix the transmission in this car, what if you can't? So when you buy something, you have to say, what if I can't? How much does the used one cost? How am I gonna, do I have a way to get it to my house? Most time you buy a transmission or an engine, you have to have it shipped to a business, right? It comes on a semi. Even the stuff you buy off eBay. You have to prepare for that. Do you have an engine hoist? Do you have a lift if needed? Do you have the proper equipment to change those things? Not everybody has a big ass shop. Not everybody has all this stuff. I fully understand that. So just try to work within your means of what you have. If you have to go buy an engine hoist, a cherry picker for say, and all this other stuff, that's more money you're into the car. So I'm just saying, be super careful. This is a question people ask me all the time. Should I go buy this? Here's the link. Well, now that you put the link on YouTube, it's not going to be there anymore. Somebody's going to see that and live close and go buy it. So don't do that. Don't put your phone number on YouTube, guys. Don't comment with your phone number. That's a bad idea. All the wrong people is going to be calling you all the time. I don't have any control over that. Beware of that. So just kind of a heads up. Now, tonight we'll be doing the valve cover swap. We'll be talking all about PCVs on N52s. Whether you have metal valve cover, I'll show you how that works. If you have a plastic valve cover, I'll show you how that works. We're gonna bust open the old PCV on the broken valve covers on the E90 and see if it is ruptured or see what's going on with it. It should be very interesting. Stay tuned for that video tomorrow. That's gonna be it for today's video. Have a good day, guys. We'll see you very, very soon.